personal assistant?
I will. And there's going to be some interesting requirements for that position. So we'll see who can meet my standards.
There's the book, The 5-Hour Work Week or whatever. Have you heard of that book?
Yeah, I've heard of it.
It's something like that.
Oh, my work week is much longer than
that. But I know. This book is called The 5-Hour Work Week.
Mine's going to get about to 5 hours.
But one of the main things I was looking into, because maybe it's a self-help book, maybe it's about organizing your life and stuff. But I was looking into it, and I guess the big thing is he's like, just outsource an assistant like from India and have them do all your bullshit.
But what if they fuck it up?
That's what the book doesn't necessarily, I guess, touch on so much.
Blame it on them.
I want to ride that shark.
Ride the shark.
Oh, is it a whale? I don't
whale
know.
shark.
Are you done with the ad read? Or?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
We can move on.
I was just going to say the only thing that really separates what we're talking about with fair use is typically scale. So the reason everybody got so upset at Metallica and Lars is because they're millionaires and they're like whining about the 30 cents they weren't making on a song per play or whatever. They're like, we want to be bigger millionaires. Yeah. So then everybody's like, fuck you, dude. Like, you're already a millionaire. So it's this kind of interesting line that we're kind of writing right now, I would say, because we're almost at 1 million subscribers, which isn't that big in YouTube scale, in my opinion.
Yeah, when you hit 1 million subs, you basically make $1 million a day. That's how it works.
But I think as we get larger and larger, eventually people are going to be like, no, we can just rip your videos and put it up because you're already millionaires. And like,
you're not millionaires.
But if you're taking from a channel that has 50,000 subscribers, this poor little guy's just trying to make it. Like then at that point you're like, well, everyone's like mad at the guy that's stealing his footage because it's like, no, like he needs to make $30 a day. Like that's how he lives. And it's kind of one of those things where it's the tipping scale. It's how large do you get, and then how angry can you make the mob before eventually they're just like, no, fuck you. You've already made your millions.
You're absolutely right. There is a sense that large companies or large properties owe it to the community to give back. My girlfriend works for Disney, and she sees that sort of shit all the time, especially when it comes to like raising prices of tickets for Disneyland.
Oh yeah.
There's always like, why are you doing this? You're just making it so families can't go. And the park owners are like, no, the park is too full. We're running a business, and if the park is too crowded, that's money that we're walking away from by keeping the ticket price low. So, and the other part of it is, sorry, but it's not our responsibility to provide a park experience for every family on the planet. We're not a public service, we're a business. So in that regard, I'm not saying that anyone at Disney said that.
No, I know, yeah.
I'm not speaking for the company, but.
I think on a personal level too, I think probably in this room, I'm not going to speak for everybody, but I think some of it too is like kind of when we started doing what we were doing, obviously we were like, we want to get into this medium, but we don't want to make things that necessarily look identical to what's already out there. Like we've talked, what is it? I'm not going to give him a shout out, but the kid that mimics YouTubers, and it's like he has no opinions of his own or whatever. It's old school.
Oh, sure.
Yeah. It's like you're just mimicking. Like we kind of wanted to create something, that maybe people hadn't seen everywhere before, and it's debatable whether or not we achieved that. Who knows? But that was our intention. And I think sometimes when you just take someone else's thing and then you just kind of like put the pieces in a different order, and it just kind of feels the same. It's like my thing is, dang, like. What a wasted opportunity. I understand you're trying to learn, you're trying to get better, but like, man, find your own voice. Like there are a lot of people that I think like tweeted us and are influenced by us that the Turbids, Turbid, like as much as I joke about him stealing our stuff, he genuinely tries to be influenced from like the content we make, but then make his own content, in his own way. There's dude who, God love him, he tweets at us every fucking day.
Oh yeah, I know. J-Rai,
yeah.
Jerry? Is it?
I don't know.
I say
I'm not
Jerry.
sure.
I have no idea how to pronounce it. Tweets at us every day, makes more content than we do.
Yeah. It's constantly making videos.
Constantly making content, and like I'll watch him like, oh, he's trying to do like his own thing, but he's influenced by us, and that's cool. And like that's the kind of stuff that I don't think we'll ever be like, hey, whoa, J-Rai, like, hey, whoa, don't do that. Like that's not cool. Like
you stole my style.
It's like. It is kind of cool.
No, it is cool. I think it is neat that we're influencing people they're biting our style, which is fine, but then also injecting their own style, and then eventually J-Rai will discover he has his own.
Yeah.
He'll discover he doesn't even need us anymore.
Well,
which is cool.
Lawrence and I just had this discussion with Jack. We just happened to be on the same plane as him flying back from Austin, so it's like always good just kind of talk shop, whatever.
Yeah.
And we were chatting, Jack from Achievement Hunter, Jock. We were talking about just sort of like making content in general and how we pull a lot from our own personal experiences, and that this goes back to what I was saying earlier. We all grew up in an interesting time where we didn't grow up on the internet. We ended up acquiring the internet and then appreciating it for what it was.
Yeah.
But like, we played outside. We didn't have cell phones. We
Sucked.
all had pagers at one point, probably.
I never had a pager. Are you kidding?
I was forced to have a pager.
I had a
It sucked.
pager,
Yeah, but we went through these iterations of technology where we scraped our knees a lot and we did stuff. But now there's a lot of younger people only watching.
Millennials.
I call them whatever you want. They don't actually even have to be younger. It's just people who have only grown up with the internet. And so they're just mimicking what's already there.
That's such a big whale.
Blue whale.
Sorry, go
Biggest
ahead.
mammal
It's
on
fine.
Earth, guys.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I lost my train of
No,
thought.
no, no.
I saw
They're
the whale.
mimicking what's already there.
Well,
as
it
opposed to
was
going out
Lawrence's
and
thought. I was
developing
waiting for him to jump in and finish it. You're the one who said it.
So, but here's the thing.
Okay.
I totally get that, but this is
Swimming with
this
him.
this is gonna keep going and going and going because like you can go back a little bit further and be like, kids today,
Yeah.
they're going outside, they're playing, they're scraping their knee. When I was their age, I was caught in barbed wire.
Sure,
Like,
yeah.
like,
I was in
Oh
the
no, no,
war.
no. I'm
East
just
Europe.
saying like a lot of what we do, a lot of all the personality and stuff you see is genuinely us because I mean maybe it's a
Except when
heightened
it's not.
version
Oh,
of
don't
it.
eat all those fish.
But it's like it's coming from like what we grew up with in our experiences. When someone sees that, or they see a video of some guy being like, "Hey guys, so and so here playing this game," and then they're like, "I can do that," and then they do it. So now you're getting a mimic or an iteration of an iteration,
iteration,
and
right.
now it's just becoming like less and less, and I don't know, it's just being a diluted style thing. That's a big
I
fucking
think it
whale.
seems that way on the micro perspective, but I think in the macro perspective, if you look at it over the course of 100 years, which by the way isn't even an increment of time,
Yeah.
it'll be these mimicries will become something bigger that we can't even fathom right now.
Fine by me.
I know. This is the process of being an old man. I've already come to terms with that.
Oh no! I wake up every day and go, I shouldn't have a job right now. This
Yeah.
is weird. But like guys like Jeff, for example, he's one of the most interesting people in the world. He's one of the he's always has a story. He always has something interesting, and that's what brings people in. And going back to the subject earlier, I think we as a channel could exist. I believe this with Achievement Hunter as well and a few other channels. We could exist without video games. If it was just
yeah,
us
yeah.
talking, it would be fine. It probably wouldn't be as popular, or we
Sure.
wouldn't get the search traffic that we rely on, possibly, or whatever. But like at the end of the day, it comes down to the chemistry and the human interaction that we have, not the video games.
Well, and that's something that's I think that speaks through time for thousands and thousands of years. It doesn't really matter if you're talking about video games, you're talking about movies, you're talking about whatever. Like you said, if there's a human interaction in there, then other humans will want to watch that because if they enjoy the chemistry, they'll stick to it. They'll be like, oh, cool. You know, like that's something that if you go back to the golden age of television, there was always one or two personalities that millions and millions of people would latch onto and be like, I really like this one man. I like Walter Cronkite. I really like him.
I would argue right now is the golden age of television.
Oh, I'm sorry. Like I'm talking about the early days. of
Sorry,
television.
the olden days, the
yes.
golden
Isn't
oldies.
it the Silver Age?
I don't know.
Yeah, no,
the Silver Age.
I would agree with you. This television's probably the best it's ever been right now. But I mean, I just meant like early on in the sense that when it was first starting, there were just a few personalities that were like the biggest celebrities in the world because that's all people had to watch. But they had this